So it's been a year of climbing now, and a lot has changed for me. My strength, my technique, my views. But the one thing that hasn't really changed for me has been my obsession for this sport. So in today's video, I'm talking about my journey with climbing and if I ended up accomplishing the goal that I set for myself. So let's start at the very beginning. I actually started climbing in high school and I'm now 21. So is this whole video a lie? Not really. I climbed in high school and stopped for 4 years before climbing again, where I came back and pretty much forgot everything. Plus, I was never really that good. So let's talk about what happened in this year of climbing.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
My first time climbing again was pretty rough. I was falling off everything and it felt like some sort of embarrassment ritual. But I liked it. Not the embarrassment part though, I liked moving my body up a climb and finding my way up problems. It made me feel both strong and creative at the same time. In no time at all, climbing became an obsession and I had to share it with people around me. First with my girlfriend, then with my brothers, and then with my friends. All of a sudden, climbing kind of became a part of who I was. In 3 months, I got my first V7. Then in 5 months, I got my first V8. It was so obvious that I was grade chasing, but to be honest, that's kind of what helped me push myself at the time. Honestly, at this time, my ego was at an all-time high. And I thought I can keep progressing at this rate, but oh my god, was I so wrong. But before I hit this mental plateau, I entered my first comp. In December, I entered my first comp and it happened to be in America. So me and my friends take a little road trip to Buffalo where we competed in the comp Canal Crushers. This being my first comp, I had absolutely no expectations for myself. And honestly, I didn't even understand everything that was going on. But somehow I ended up getting second place in the beginner category. As awesome as this was, it was also kind of a wake-up call for me because at the time, I considered myself an advanced climber already. And oh boy, how little did I know about climbing. So after the comp, I started to review my climbing a little more closely and learn how high the ceiling for climbing was. Although I was definitely getting better and more consistent, I would be stuck on V8 until today. Now, I'm not saying staying on the same grade means you've plateaued, but at the time, it was definitely getting me worried because at the beginning I was improving so fast. The idea of plateauing scared me, and for some reason I couldn't accept that it was a natural part of progressing. So I began to form an unhealthy relationship with climbing, and I knew I wanted to get better, but I just didn't know how to. I'd watch a lot of videos on how to improve, but it felt like everyone was saying different things and had different opinions. Hangboard, don't hangboard, climb everything, don't climb everything, and structure your sessions. It was all pretty confusing. What started as something I was once proud of became something I was insecure about. I started to notice all the great climbers around me and compare myself to them. I needed to do something to get out of this headspace. I thought that if I create a YouTube channel about climbing, I can find another way to have fun with climbing again. And it kind of worked. My first video made me challenge myself with the goal of V10 in 1 year, and even though that sounds kinda counterintuitive for my goal to re-establish a healthy relationship with climbing, setting a personal goal helped me have fun with training and look forward to something. Although it was a goal I set for myself, I made sure not to get too stuck up on it and be happy with whatever outcome happened. This goal also helped remind me that I'm just getting started and the future has so much more in store for me. Through YouTube, it helped me review my climbing and also rethink some of my views on climbing. So here, let's talk about some opinions that has changed for me throughout this year. So the first thing I want to talk about is grades. When I first started, I was definitely a grade chaser, and I convinced myself that it was the reason I was improving so fast. While there might be some truth to that, grade chasing was definitely something that held me back. Before, I saw nothing wrong with the grade chasing, But now I realize that because I was grade chasing, I missed out on a lot of fundamental technique practice and avoided a lot of climbing that I was naturally bad at. For example, I prefer slight overhang. Anything over 40 degrees I'd find very difficult, so I'd avoid steep overhanging climbs. And now, climbing on anything past 40 or 45 degrees, I climb at about 2 grades lower. But more than just practical skills, grade chasing made me feel like I was plateauing hard when I couldn't send a V9, when that really wasn't the case. I was sending V8s a lot more consistently, and in terms of strength and technique, I was progressing at a really good rate. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was plateauing, or I thought I was, but now looking back at it, I don't think I was. Another opinion that has changed for me is my idea of outdoor climbing. My first ever experience with bouldering was actually outside, and when I got back into climbing, I never thought that I'd be a huge fan of outdoor climbing. I enjoy the dynamic style of indoor climbing, and I knew outdoor climbing was a lot more static. But on, I believe sometime in May, me and my friends went to the Glen and I was hooked on outdoor climbing right away. After the first day of climbing outside, I couldn't decide really if I liked outdoor climbing more or indoor, but after the second day, it was so clear to me. I much prefer outdoor climbing. Everything from the vibes to the feeling of real rock, I am in love with outdoor climbing, and I hope one day I can climb around the world, feeling different types of rocks and meeting new people. I'm definitely very much a Gumby outdoors, but I'm learning and slowly getting better. Another thing about outdoor climbing is that it kind of changed my preferred style of climbing. I used to like very dynamic types of climbs, but now I think I prefer static and crimpy climbs. I still hate pockets though. So did I complete the goal I set for myself of V10 in 1 year? No, I did not. I'm honestly a little embarrassed to say this because I really did think it was possible for me. I know other people have done it, and I was so sure that if I wanted it enough, I would get it. Now don't get me wrong, I promise that one day I will set a V10, and much more, but as of right now, I'm just gonna enjoy the process and take things one step at a time.
Hey!
Ta-da!
Let's go! I'm so happy I tried it. Oh my god, dude.
So now that the timer has run out for this goal, am I gonna set another goal? Initially, I had a list of goals I wanted to do, but I think I'm gonna be taking a small break from setting big goals. Well, as for climbing, right now I want to take it a little slower and enjoy the process of having fun, but I'm still going to be working a lot to improve my climbing. And for this YouTube channel, I think I want to start posting more often and experiment with different forms of videos. If you want to support me and follow me on my climbing journey, subscribing would mean a lot. As always, thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.
What? Yeah?
Come on, come on.
Yeah.
Strong, strong.
You're up there, you're up there.
Yeah, come on, dude.